Hello boys and girls, it's Aunty Mimmi here, and today it's Throwback Saturday, where we're going to look in our big trunk of treasures for one of your favourite stories. What can it be? If you've not already subscribed to the channel, please do so now. Then sit back, get comfortable, and let's begin. Today's book, Topsy and Tim Go to the Park. Enjoy! One sunny day, Topsy and Tim and Mummy set off for the park with a picnic for themselves and 2 big bags of bread for the ducks. The ducks were pleased to see Topsy and Tim. Feeding the ducks had made Topsy and Tim feel hungry. "Let's go and find a place to have our picnic," said Mummy. They ate their picnic sitting on a park bench. Topsy had peanut butter sandwiches, crisps and some orange juice. Tim had Marmite sandwiches, crisps and apple juice. When they had finished, there was a lot of rubbish left. "What do we do with that?" said Mummy. "Put it in the bin," shouted Topsy and Tim. "Let's go to the swings now," said Tim. "I'll race you there," said Topsy, and off they ran. When they reached the playground, it was already full of children. All the swings were taken. "Hello, Topsy and Tim," called someone high in the air. It was their school friend, Kerry, on one of the swings. "Hello, Kerry," called Topsy, running towards her. Kerry's mum grabbed Topsy and pulled her back. "You nearly got bumped on the head," she said. "You must never go close to swings," said Mummy. It wasn't long before Topsy and Tim and Kerry were having lovely swings together, all in a row. "Now let's have a go on the seesaw," said Tim when they were tired of swinging. Topsy and Kerry sat on one end of the seesaw and Tim sat on the other, but Tim got stuck up in the air. The seesaw wouldn't work with all 3 on it together, so they had to take turns. Then they all went down the slide together. At last, they had had enough fun in the playground. They wandered back to the grassy part of the park. "I wish we'd brought a ball to play with," said Tim. "Surprise, surprise," said Kerry's mum as she opened a bag and tipped out a big bouncy ball. Soon Tim and Kerry and Topsy were hot and happy playing ball on the grass. Suddenly, a big dog came running across the grass. It caught the ball in its mouth and leaped around with it. "Drop it," said Tim in a stern voice. The dog dropped the ball and stood wagging its tail. "Good dog," said Tim, and he put out his hand to pat the dog. "Don't touch the dog, Tim," said Mummy. "You must never pat a strange dog. It might bite you." "I wish that dog would go away," grumbled Topsy. "It spoiled our game of football." Just then, the dog heard its owner calling. It gave a cheerful bark and ran off. "It's time to go," said Mummy. Topsy and Tim waved goodbye to Kerry and her mum, and they all began to walk back to the park gates. On the way, they had to pass the park cafe. "I'm very hot," said Tim. "I'm boiling," said Topsy. "Would an ice cream cool you down?" asked Mummy. "Oh, yes," said Topsy and Tim. Topsy and Tim and Mummy ate their ice creams as they walked through the park. When they went past the pond, a crowd of ducks waddled after them, hoping for a bit of cornet. Sorry, ducks, it's all gone, said Topsy. But we'll bring you lots more bread next time we come, promised Tim. Well, that was a fun book, wasn't it, boys and girls? Do you enjoy going to the park and playing on the swings? And I bet you enjoy an ice cream sometimes as well, don't you? So, as always, boys and girls, I want you to be kind to one another, look after one another, and try to have fun and be happy every single day. Until next time, bye-bye.